Sorry, y'all, but I'm back. I am back. Today is, of course, Sunday. I did not post anything to let y'all know that I was coming live. I wanted to talk about this real early this morning. Hey, Joshua. Thank you so much, Joshua. How are you? How are you? Hey, Anita, how are you? I wanted to talk about this morning, like really early this morning. It was on my mind. It literally was driving me crazy, but I wanted to wait until, hey, Asia, how are you, Queen? Hey, Debbie. Oh, wow, from Trinidad. Awesome. Awesome. I'm blessed. Oh, that's awesome, Joshua. I'm so glad to hear that. You said, I'm blessed, highly favored, and I'm enjoying. Oh, awesome. Awesome. I wasn't active in the live yesterday because I was busy painting. Oh, I understand. I understand. I definitely understand that. I'm doing good. Happy 2022, Asia. How are you? How are you, Queen? But anyway, yesterday I had a live and I pretty much was going over, I was talking about the swap yesterday. I went over some things yesterday that concerned the swaps. Hi, Gwendolyn, how are you? You said, oh no, I missed the live. Yeah, I had a live yesterday, and I was pretty much talking about, I went over the swaps, but then I went and I started talking about some other things, as I always do, okay? But this came to me, this message that I'm going to talk about today, it came to me. Actually, it came to me yesterday, like more so like yesterday evening. And it was really bothering me. I wanted to get on here. I just wanted to jump on here. But for those of you who follow me, y'all know that I be up in the wee hours in the morning. Okay, I'm up in the wee hours in the morning, sometimes working on stuff. And I just want to say this to you all, and I hope that this information help as many people as possible, because we have to remember that we are in a spiritual warfare, okay? And you know, sometimes I'm going to say, I'm not even going to call it by its name, but the negative energy. Sometimes negative energy, y'all, it has a way of finding us, okay? It has a way of finding you. No matter what you try to do, no matter how perfect you try to live your life, it always try to find a way to come in or seep in to start some chaos or some nonsense. For those of you who've been following me, I said that last year that my mantra was going to be no tolerance. I wasn't going to deal with pretty much any negative stuff, okay? But you got to pay attention to your surroundings. You got to pay attention to the people who you allow in your space. You have to pay attention to everything because of the world, because of how things are. And I'm going to say that people don't change, okay, unless they see a need for change. Now, the enemy always has a way of attacking you. And I'm going to tell you 3 different ways that he does it. He does it through your thoughts. He does it through people. And he does it through things. Okay? So when he tries to attack you in your mind, he attacks you through your thoughts. Good morning, Carla. How are you? He attacks you through your thoughts. So sometimes when we think about certain things, when we think about not being good enough, when we think about not having enough, when we think about how our life may not be where we want it to be, all of that is negative stuff. Okay? So the first way he tries to get to you is in your mind. So he'll come in your mind and he'll plant all these different things in your mind to try to make you feel like that you are one, inadequate, you're not enough. Uh, he just have a way. Happy 2023, Carla. He just has a way that he tries to keep you in a state of sadness. Now, y'all may be wondering why I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this, y'all, because this year, 2023, you want to have the best year ever. You want to have your best year ever. You want 2023 to be the best year ever. Yes, battlefield of the mind. Exactly. Exactly. So when he knows that he can't get you in your mind, he will send people. He will send people to mess with you. He will send people to, and this is how strategic he is. Okay. Say for instance, you were dealing with somebody and you stopped dealing with this person, or you were in a real bad relationship. Okay. And you're no longer in this relationship because you have found a way to get out. You have found a way to get away from all of that negative, okay? So he doesn't want to see you in a happy space. He doesn't want to see you in a good space. He wants to see you in turmoil and chaos all the time and constantly. So you have to pay attention to everything around you. Everybody that comes into your life, you have to pay attention to those things because that's how he works. So you and this person haven't been talking, y'all haven't been dealing with each other. You've been staying away from this person because you know that this person is not good for you. You know that this person isn't a good fit for you. So you have found a way to just stay away, not deal with them, okay? Since he know he can't get you in your mind, he brings that person back into the picture. And when he brings that person back into the picture, sometimes you be trying to figure out, okay, this person is trying to talk to me again, trying to deal with me again. Why? Why is this person trying to be involved with me? And it's a lot of times, y'all, it's because people missed what you gave them. People miss how you made them feel. People miss how supportive you was. How supportive you was. People miss that and they want it again. So they miss it and they want it again. So when he know he can't get you in here, he will bring that thing that you have not been dealing with and you've been trying to get rid of back into your life just to see what you do, okay? So you can continue to be in a state of sadness, or so that you can continue to be in your into your feelings. Because when you have negative people in your life, okay? When people are negative and they are around you and they're negative, all they do is they take from you. They don't feed your soul. They don't do anything for you. Okay, they don't do anything for you, and they keep you in a state of sadness. So pay attention to the people who you are connected to. Understand and pay attention to when that the enemy is at work, y'all. Because just like the Most High is at work constantly, waking us up in the morning, allowing us to see a new day, the enemy is doing the same thing. Like he's trying to devour and steal your joy constantly. He's always trying to make you feel a certain way. You know, that's why we have to be grateful and thankful for everything that we have, no matter what it is. Even if you got one can of beans in your refrigerator or your cabinet, be grateful and thankful for that. Because there's somebody life out there who don't have that, who don't have that. And so when he see that you complain, because complaining, y'all, we should never really complain, but we do it anyway. We all do it. When we don't have enough money, we complain about that. When things are not going the way we want them to go, we complain about that. That's the battlefield of the mind. That is the enemy that's working on you to try to keep you in a state of sadness. He's trying to keep you where he wants you to be because he knows the plan that the Father has for your life. He knows, he knows not only just the plan that the Father has for your life, but he tries to become a distraction. And he keeps trying to bring things to you as a distraction. So you got to make sure you pay attention to everything and everyone around you and understand that people don't change unless they see a need for change. Okay? People don't change, y'all, unless they see a need for it. So just pay attention to when the enemy is at work, because he's sneaky. He will show up in sheep's clothing. You will look at him and think that you will never know what he's up to until he show you. Because all things don't be seen at certain times until it's to be seen. So you have to ask the Father, watch and pray always. That's right. You have to ask the Most High to give you strength, to give you discernment, so that you can see these people for what and who they really are. And when you know who they are, act accordingly. Treat them like you know who they are. Because people are always going to show you through their actions, not about what they say, but their actions on how they really feel about you. You will see it. They will never have to say anything to you. You will see it. You know, I've been on my journey for a long time. And I'm a loner. I'm going to say I'm a loner because, sometimes people, when they see favor, when they see God's favor over your life, they don't know how to handle that. They don't know how to handle that. They don't know how to be happy for you when they see the favor that the Father has over your life. And a lot of times, y'all, with me, myself, the gifts and the talents that I have, I had no idea that I was going to be able to do the things that I do. When I was born in this world, when I was a young child, 5 and 6 and 7 years old, I had no idea that I would grow up and be this person that I am today. You don't know that. You don't know that. So a lot of stuff that we have, a lot of stuff that has been given to us, we didn't ask for it. And it's a lot of stuff that comes with the plan that we don't understand. It's a lot of stuff that come with the plan because when you first start on your journey, you want people to embrace you. You want people to be happy for you. But that is not the case sometimes, y'all. That's not the case. Sometimes, you got to be okay with your journey. You have to come to an understanding that you're going to have people that don't like you for whatever reason that is. You're going to have people that you don't get along with, and that's okay. But you got to be okay with that because that's your truth. And as long as you are walking in your truth and you are doing the things that you need to do for your life, then be about it. Give your life what your life needs. But pay attention. Pay attention to when the enemy is at work, because he's sneaky, he's slick, and he think he's getting away with something and he's not. And when a person decides to come back into your life, they're coming back because they miss the thing that you used to give them. They miss how you used to make them feel. They miss the attention. They miss how supportive you were. But they took it all for granted. They took it all for granted. Good morning. Hugo, how are you? They took it all for granted, y'all. When people take you for granted, you know, we are supposed to forgive and forget. But there's some things, y'all, that you have to remember their actions. Happy Sunday, Queen. Their actions, how they treated you when they were in your life. How did they serve you when they were in your life? And that's what it's about, y'all. It's about surrounding yourself with people who can help you reach your highest purpose. Surrounding yourself with people who have your best interest in mind, not theirs. It's a lot of people who are takers and a lot of people who are givers. And when you have a taker who is so used to you giving them something, they feel like you owe them. You know, because their goal is to just take. But sometimes in that taking, they take something very valuable from you. Sometimes we give so much that sometimes we give so much that we become depleted. We become depleted. They will use you up until they can't use you no more, and then you don't have anything else to give. And then when they are done with how they want to treat you, they'll go on about their business. But sometimes, in some cases, that's not the case. Because sometimes some people will just take and take and take and take, and they'll use your kindness. They'll use your kindness. They'll just keep coming back and keep coming back to see what else they can get from you, to see how else they can make you feel. 2023, y'all, don't let people take your joy. Don't let people take your peace. Because your peace is far more important than anything that anyone could ever give you. Your peace you can't even put a price on your peace. It's priceless. Your peace is priceless. So don't let people come in and steal your joy. Don't let the enemy get in your mind and have you thinking certain things about yourself, because that's what he does. That's his job. He never wants you to be in a happy state. He always wants you to be in a state of confusion. He wants you to be in a state of sadness. He wants you to be in a state of delusion, because that's how he works. That's how he works. So pay attention, y'all. Pay attention to everything and everyone who is in your life. Spiritual warfare, y'all. When he know he can't get you in your mind, he'll send people to be a distraction. Pay attention. You will know When that person, you'll know what that person is about and why that person is in there, because eventually they will show their true colors and you'll see it. You'll see it. And you'll know whether or not if that person has your best interest in mind. If they really care about you, you will know it. Don't go back to things like that. Don't go back to things that the Most High has gotten you out of. It doesn't serve you at all. Any type of relationship that has been abusive, somebody taking advantage of you, people not treating you like you should be treated, because you should be treated golden. Your life is golden. And when you got people around you that are snakes, that are literally tearing you apart from limb to limb, they don't want to help you. They choose not to because that's what they choose to do. You gotta remove yourself from people like that, y'all. Because they walk around in sheep's clothing. You said making and maintaining healthy boundaries is the best way to deal with toxic people. Exactly. Exactly. And you have to teach people how to treat you. You got to teach people how to treat you, because if you don't teach people how to treat you, and I have had to learn this, they will treat you any old kind of way, especially in the workplace, especially with supervisors, especially with people that think that they can talk to you and say what they want to say to you, and it's okay because they're your boss or your supervisor. They feel like they can treat you how they want to treat you. Nope. You have to demand your respect. It's been times where I have been in the office with my supervisor and not afraid to tell them how they can't be talking to me because I am not a child. But you have some supervisors that will do that because they have the power to. So they'll talk to you any old kind of way, or they'll try to embarrass you in front of people, or they'll try to make you feel bad. But you got to teach people how to respect you, because we are all due respect. So you have to teach people. You have to pull that supervisor up, and sometimes you just got to put it out there and say, you know what? I'm sorry. You can't treat me like this. You can't talk to me like this. I am not going to deal with you with that type of disrespect, because I don't want that type of disrespect. I find even here on my channel, when people come to my channel, y'all, sometimes they can leave real nasty comments, okay? And I know that the comment that they left doesn't have anything to do with me. It has everything to do with them and how they feel about themselves. So I take it upon myself to block them, because on my channel, on this platform here, I don't want no disrespect. I'm not doing anything to hurt or harm anyone. Okay, I'm trying to support as many people as possible. I'm trying to share as much as I can share, but I refuse for people to get on here with negative comments and feel like they want to say what they want to say and it be okay. So I don't even write in the comment to tell them nothing. I just block them so they can never come back to this channel ever again. And even if they go off and try to do something else through another channel and try to come back again, they'll get blocked again, because my peace is far more important than anything, y'all. Protect your peace. Pay attention to the people you have at your table. If somebody hurt you more than a few times, remove those people. You don't have the luxury of living your life through a lot of hurt and pain. Nobody wants to continue to go through hurt and pain. We want joy. We want peace. We want happiness. joy, peace, and happiness. And you find your joy through that thing that you love to do. You find your peace when you allow yourself to let those things go. You don't carry things around. You know, stuff that happened to you in the past, you heal yourself from that and you move forward. It's so important that we do this, y'all, because sometimes we get stuck in the past. Sometimes we think, well, maybe that person changed. Maybe they'll do something different. No, they the same person. Last time I checked, they the same person doing the same thing. And if they get the opportunity to treat you bad or do that thing to you again, they will. But you can't give them the opportunity to do that. You can't give them the opportunity to do that. So you got to move forward. When God gets you through something and he heals you through that and you get through that, don't go back that way. You got to go forward. It's nothing back there that you need because everything that you went through, okay, the hurt, the pain, all of that has been done and over with. So you leave that right there. You leave that right where it's at. Never go back. There is nothing that that person can do for you. And no matter how much they beg, no matter how much they try to say, I'm sorry, it'll never happen again. I'm sorry, it'll never happen again. It didn't mean to, but it happened that one time and it should not have happened. And this is how sometimes people, when they married and a spouse may cheat on the other spouse, and you're trying to figure out why that person would step out of the marriage to go be with somebody else. And then they tell you that you don't make them happy. But then they get out there and they realize that when they go to the other side that the grass wasn't as green as they thought it was. And then they try to come back to you and tell you that they're sorry, that they didn't mean to hurt you. Forgive them. You know, in my life, y'all, once a cheater. I shouldn't say always a cheater, but I can't have a person who has done something like that to me and continue to deal with them. I can't. I feel like once you decide to step out there and do you, then you need to be happy with that decision that you made for yourself. It wasn't a decision that we made together. It was a decision that you made for yourself because you said you were unhappy. All praises go to the Most High, Yah, Queen. You said that you were unhappy. So you made a conscious decision. This wasn't a joint discussion. This was something that you wanted to do because you said you didn't want to be here. You were unhappy. And now you want me to bring you back here into my life for me to deal with all of that over again. I can get past all of it, but it's never going to be the same because I'm human. That hurt, that pain, me feeling like, because when you go through something like that, right, you feel like, what did I do to make that person do that to me? Why did that person do that to me? How come that person couldn't come to me and talk to me about that? How come we couldn't sit down and have a discussion about what the problem was? It's really not as cut and dry as I'm saying it, y'all. It's really hard for that other person when they make a decision to go out and be involved with somebody else when you're married or when you're with your boyfriend or whatever. But it's really hard to try to get that trust back and build that trust again, because in your mind, you're always going to be wondering, what did that person, in your mind, you're going to be saying, you're going to be asking questions like, where you going? What time you coming back? How long is that going to be? Yes. And I'm going to tell y'all something. It took me, good morning, Queen. And this is something that's really personal. And I'm going to share this with y'all because this is really personal. But when I was a much younger woman, I was in a relationship with this guy. As a matter of fact, I was in a relationship with, a few guys. You meet a few guys in your lifetime, right? And this one guy I was crazy about. This was way before I met my husband. Crazy about this guy. And when we would go places, what was so crazy about it? When we would go places like to a club or something, he would want to go off and do his own thing at the club. And me and him together. You said severe insecurities. Yes. Yes. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I wound up breaking up with him because I'm with my husband now. We broke up. But I'm going to tell y'all, it took me 10 years, and this is no lie. When you don't deal with the pain and the hurt from somebody hurting you, and you don't deal with the pain when you are in a relationship because you love that man, okay? Because we as women, we love a man, okay? When he hurts you, anybody that comes after that will pay. Now, me and my husband, we've been married for 32 years. 10 years of my relationship. It took me 10 years to trust my husband. 10 years, y'all. Too long. And I felt so bad when I realized that it took me 10 years to get past that hurt and that pain. Because once I was done with him, I was done with him. But it took me 10 years to trust my husband. And every day for 10 years, my husband would hear me say, "Where you going? What time you coming back? How long you gonna be there?" Checking his phone, not trusting him. This is what we do. Checking his phone, not trusting him because of the relationship that I was in. Because of the relationship I was in, it took me 10 years to trust my husband. 10 years. My husband stood by me because he refused. He refused to let me go. He refused because he was like, "I ain't doing nothing, woman." He would say this to me, "I ain't doing nothing, woman. I come home, I work every day. I'm not doing anything." But in my mind, because I was scarred, y'all. I was scarred. Like I was messed up. I should not have even been in a relationship because I met my husband right after I stopped dealing with stopped dealing with that guy. I met my husband a few months after that. But what I did not do was heal myself. I should have healed myself before I allowed myself to get into another relationship. I should have cried. I should have went through the pain. Maybe I should have went to a counselor, but God was my counselor because that's who I confide. I whenever I'm going through something traumatic, because that was traumatic for me, I talk to God, y'all. I talk to the Father because He is the only one. It doesn't matter how many other people you involve, like girlfriends and brothers and mothers and fathers and sisters and all of that. It don't matter how many people you involve yourself with as far as talking to, because we all talk to different people when we're going through things. I talk to God. The Father gets me and helps me through everything that I go through in my life. So I should have healed first. I should have went through what I needed to went through. And then maybe my husband it would have not taken me 10 years to get through that, to trust him. It took me 10 years, y'all. 10 years. Once I realized how long it took me to get through that craziness, I cried and I hugged my husband. And I told my husband that I was sorry. That I was sorry that I brought all of that craziness into our marriage, because it was craziness. I was immature. I wasn't mature. I wasn't ready to be married. You got to be ready to be married. And I wasn't ready to be married, because me and my husband has been together. I met my husband when I was 22, and my husband is 2 years older than me, and he was 24. So I was 22 and he was 24 when I met him. So I wasn't ready to be married. I was married, but I wasn't ready to be married. Or I should say, I wasn't ready to be a wife. And it wasn't that I was out there doing anything that I had no business doing. It was just that my mental state from dealing with those guys was so messed up and screwed up. It was all not right. So that's why I say pay attention. Pay attention. Don't go back to things that don't serve you. Don't go back to things and to people who won't help you, who won't support you. Don't waste your time on nonsense. Stuff that don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Makes no sense at all. So, with that being said, y'all, I want to say thank y'all for joining me for this little tidbit of a video. And for those of you who came into the chat, Carlette, how are you, Queen? Yes, and you know what, Anita? Hurt people will hurt people. Hurt people will definitely hurt people. Yeah, y'all. So I just wanted to come to y'all and talk about that. Now, me talking about my own personal business as far as why it took me so long to do what I did, that was just a part that I felt like I needed to share, because on our journey, y'all, we have to remember that, the people who care about you, the people who love you, the people who support you, the people who help take care of you are the people who are important. And we can't take those people for granted. And I kind of sort of got lucky because I was driving my husband crazy, but he was good enough to stick in there and stay in there with me. You're so very welcome, Debbie. All praises go to the Most High, Yah, Queen. Yeah. So he was supportive enough to stick in there and stay in there with me. It was times where things got real close, but the Most High, Yah, has had us in our marriage. He has us in our marriage. And right now, y'all, it's like we two peas in a pod. If you see me, you see him. If you see him, you see me. So I just wanted to share that with y'all today. I wasn't trying to get on here and be on here too long. And if you are inside the chat, please make sure you thumbs up this live. And I just want y'all to know that people don't change unless they see a need for change. And at the time, y'all, I had to do a lot of changing because I needed to change. And that's a very important statement, because you know how sometimes you want people to change, but people won't change. You can't make a person change. That has to be something that they do on their own. Okay? It has to be something that they do on their own. You said, I saw the double stackable bracelets you posted on Instagram. They are really... Oh, thank you so much, Anita. Thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. But anyway, y'all, I'm going to get up off of here. If you're in the chat, please make sure you thumbs up the video. And I'm going to say a prayer going out. Father, we thank you for your continued mercy and grace over our lives. Father, I hope that this message has helped someone today. Father, we thank you. In Yahweh's name I pray, Lord. Amen. All right, y'all. So thank y'all so very much for joining me. I don't know when I'll be coming back to do another live. I'll be doing some surprise lives, y'all. Sometimes I'm working my way with with these lives. Okay. Uh, People think that it's easy when you do a live because you get on here and you talk, but it's not always easy. And I'm learning. I'll say that. I'm learning. I'm learning. I know that it's a necessity. Like most things become a necessity after a while. People want to get to people want to get to know you, you know. They want to get to know who you are. And if you're willing to share some, if you're willing to share, you can share. If not, then so be it. But anyway, I thank y'all for joining me. Uh, Thumbs it up. And y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm getting ready to go find me something to eat. I don't even know what time it is. I think it's going on 12 o'clock. So I'm going to go and find me something to eat. I might go to the store. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, thank y'all. I love you too, Queen. Thank y'all so much for joining me. And y'all take care. Peace and blessings. See ya.